I'd like to give you folks a quick video on enclosures for baby monitors, specifically dwarf monitors. Lots of folks say bigger is better, and by and large, that's generally true with regards to adults, assuming that you're meeting certain husbandry parameters and whatnot. But for a baby, thrusting them into some giant, lushly planted enclosure is not necessarily a good thing, and oftentimes it can actually be a death sentence. And the reason is quite simple. With a baby, you want to be able to observe them and ensure that they're eating, sufficient amounts of food, that they're able to thermoregulate, and just in general, you want to make sure that everything's going as it should be through the early stages of developing into a healthy, robust, thriving monitor. And that's going to be accomplished and using one of two options as far as an enclosure. I recommend a 20-gallon long aquarium or a similarly sized exoterra setup such as this. I do a couple modifications. I close off one side entirely, and I put a custom cut wood top over the other in place of the screen top. And that's the reason for that is pretty simple. It's so I can mount a proper fixture into it. The fixtures that I use are these small Philips EcoVantage bulbs, as shown right here. These are low wattage. They're floodlights, not spotlights, so it's a wider beam. It's not going to cook them and give them like a burn spot. They're 39 watts instead of 50 watts, but it's very effective. It gives you a really nice surface temp for the babies to bask on. So as you can see, this setup is not big. It's very simple. It's not a lot to look at, quite frankly. It's not a beautiful setup, but that's not the goal. The goal is to set them up for success and that I can ensure that they have the proper basking area with the correct surface area temp, UV exposure, some simple platforms for them to climb around on. The wall is more or less like it's like a stucco, so they can easily climb on it. There's not much in the way of hiding spots because I don't want them to tuck away into some dark, cool spot and just wither away and die because they're scared, as most babies are. So don't go crazy giving them some gigantic enclosure. Thrusting your baby into one of these larger adult enclosures is not going to work out well for you. For one, you're never going to see it. If you try to find it, good luck. It's quite a mission trying to dig them out of there. So what I highly recommend is folks abstain from that and focus on something like this, or go with something like this, the 20-gallon long aquarium. They're not huge, they're easy to maintain, easy to clean, just about anyone can find them at a local pet store, and for most baby monitors, this is more than sufficient.